All right, hi students, and welcome to week 5 of Creative Writing 240. This week, given the Halloween spooky season, we are going to spend the week writing our own beginnings of a mystery story. So we're going to focus on mystery as our genre of focus this week. But one realization that I had last week as I was getting ready for this module was that Wednesday is technically advising day. So you technically only have 2 days of class. And so just like 2 weeks ago when we only had our abbreviated week, um, I don't think I'm going to give you guys the full assignment load that I initially had planned. And I'm going to get rid of our writer's lens assignment this week, which is kind of sad because it means there's only one more writer's lens and you've only done two. Um, but it just is what it is. I want to respect everybody's commitments and out of school lives. And um, this week, really, you do need to make sure you get your advising appointment set. Whether you're online or in person, reach out to your advisor, reach out to the school, and ensure that you have your classes ready for the spring. Um, I know like on Wednesday, I have advising appointments pretty much throughout the entire day, and so I'm really gonna focus on that day anyway, rather than doing creative writing or any of my other classes. So do the same. Get your schedules figured out this week, and then we can take care of, I guess, the mystery component or mystery module in just an abbreviated manner. So let's get into it though. What do you have to do this week? I cut the writer's lens and I cut out an assigned reading. So really all you have to do is watch this video as well as the Conventions of Mystery video and then do your third trial write. Um, as you likely guessed, in this Conventions of Mystery video, we're going to go over 5 pointers for writing mystery stories. Those pointers are in hard copy form right here or online viewable form through a PDF or maybe it's a PowerPoint. I can't remember what kind of file it is. So these two go hand in hand. And then trial write number 3 is writing your own mystery story. As I was thinking about this, I realized just how difficult of a task I'm actually asking you to do. Um, you'll pick this up when you watch the Conventions of Mystery video, but mysteries are very hard to write, and they're typically not written in a linear fashion. The author doesn't just start on page 1 and then write 250 pages and everything works perfectly. Mysteries are such a backwards design when it comes to writing. You start with the end in mind, you work backwards from there, and then you start the actual writing process. You are constantly editing and changing and jumping forward and jumping back. It's really not a linear process. It's very cyclical. If you think of your favorite mystery novels, like an Agatha Christie story, Agatha Christie did not just sit down and write it all the way through one day. She probably had massive amounts of outlines and notes and had all of these different, I guess, extra materials to help her stay organized. She's probably changing the ending or writing the ending first and then writing the beginning and then filling in the middle or jumping around and editing all of those, revising all of those. It's a really, really messy process to write a mystery. And I realize you're probably not going to be able to write a mystery that way in this class. There's just not enough time. You can pick mystery for your creative writing project, which we start as a reminder in 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. We're going to start that in 2 weeks. But if you do pick mystery for your creative writing project, it's probably going to require you to do some of that extra work, like an outline, lots of revision, and I don't expect it to be perfect. It's a hard genre to write within. But to help you guys focus on your trial write this week, I wanted to just take a moment to tell you what I'm really looking for. In the Conventions of Mystery video, there is the third point, the third convention is that you need to break the sense of ordinary life for the characters early on. And that creates tension, that creates the mystery, that gets the reader invested. And that's what I want you to focus on doing for your trial right this week. So I have a document pulled up, and I'm just going to kind of walk you through how I would do this. So our goal in the trial right is to create a sense of ordinary life and then break it. Okay, that's our goal. Break it. And the break will equal our conflict in this story. Okay, we're going to introduce our conflict to the story by breaking the sense of normalcy or ordinary life, and that will create a mystery because we won't know. This is going to be eventually what your story becomes about. But I was using Glendive as a town. I think I'm going to use that. So here's an example of creating a sense of ordinary. So I'm going to focus on setting, and I'm going to focus on some characters here. And then I'm going to ensure that by the end of what I've written, I have created mystery. So Glendive was a small town. It's actually not that small, but whatever. A small town. In the fall, the leaves would change to gold. Oh my goodness, what did I click? Would change to gold. And it falls slowly to the ground. The Monroe kids were apt. No, that's dumb language. The Monroe kids who lived trying to create some characters, trying to create some identity. The Monroe kids loved this season and would rake. And year after year, one of the highlights of their fall activities was raking leaves into a pile and then jumping into it. Okay, so I'm creating this picture. Now I need to actually develop a character. Let's just go with Jeffrey. I can change my names later. Jeffrey Monroe, the oldest sibling, was the event organizer. He would organize his staff, which included his two younger sisters, JC and Jane. Wow, that's a lot of J names. I guess that's just how it's going to be for now. I might change it. As well as the neighbor down the street and his best friend, Tom. Making it up, right? I'm making it up as I go. Okay, so I'm trying to create this like almost like an Americana, right? I'm trying to create like this picturesque living. With rakes in hand, this team of four would diligently gather the leaves from all of the neighboring houses into one incredible bundle. Noodle. Wow. Bundle. This year, with newfound ambition, the team was able to assemble the largest pile they had ever accumulated. And the only question was who would jump first. This is a great place to add some dialogue. I would never ever do in narration dialogue here. I would never say Jeffrey said to his sisters that they should do it first. No. Or I would add dialogue here, but I'm not going to right now. And I'm going to pretty much say, add dialogue to the effect. Oops, I added an underline. To the effect that Tom will jump first. Okay. So then I'm getting back to my story. Tom decided that the leaves were so massive that he would jump with the aid of a trampoline. He climbed up, began to increase his bounce, and then, with a small cry of unsurety, he jumped. He leapt into the leaves and disappeared. Okay. I know where I'm going with this, by the way. I kind of know where my conflict is going to come. I know you guys have zero clue. You're like, what is this guy doing? But, I know that's a word. Uncertainty. Let's just go uncertainty. I know that's a word, though. He leapt into the leaves and disappeared. He stayed down, hidden, invisible, for what seemed like minutes. JC and Janie looked at each other. Their initial giggles now turned to concern. Jeffrey went over to the pile and started yelling, "Tom, you okay?" He began to move the leaves. Wow, you guys, I could go so many places with this. You might think this is such a dumb way to introduce my story, but I have this sense of normalcy right here. Then I have this jump, and now I have this scary moment in which Tom has disappeared into the leaves. This is where I get to create my conflict, right here. Tom, are you okay? He began to move the leaves. What should I do? What should I do? What should my mystery be? My initial idea is that Tom would come out of the leaves with a gun that he found in the leaves, all rusted up and falling apart. Perhaps dropped there by somebody. That was my initial idea, was to have a gun in the leaves. But what if Tom just broke his neck, or what if something was put in the leaves when the kids weren't looking and it caused Tom a horrible injury or killed him? Or there's a million directions that I could go right now. So Jeffrey went over to the pile and started yelling, "Tom, are you okay?" He began to move the leaves. This is my perfect, after a few seconds of grabbing and throwing piles of golden sycamore leaves, Jeffrey saw ... What is he going to see? I don't know what I'm going to do yet. My initial idea, I'm not sure I'm completely convinced that's what I want to do. But anyway, I think I got my goal. The goal was to create a sense of ordinary life and then break it. And that break becomes the conflict. If I'm working on my trial, right, I'm probably going to add my dialogue and get my characters more explained here. This would be a good place to add detail to characters. I might even do a pairs. Might do a pair strategy for some character development. Obviously need some dialogue. make this story more filled out. But then I need to decide, what is my conflict going to be? Am I going to, and this is really, I would know based off of my ending of my story what this mystery should be. Is it a child murderer who's going around and sticking, spears or something into the leaf piles and Tom skewered? That's really, really dark and grotesque and nasty. I'm not really that kind of person. I don't really write in that genre. Or is it Tom finally, has a concussion because he hit his head on a chest? There, I've got my scavenger mystery. He's on it. He hit his head on his chest, and he opens it up, and there's a map or something. Or maybe it's my original idea. He comes out, he's delirious, and he holds up a gun. And they're like, "Where did this gun come from?" And I have mystery. Boom. That is what your goal is for your trial write. So I hope this example helped. I'm not going to post this document anywhere, but yeah, that's just kind of my example to help you get started on your trial write. Create a sense of ordinary, create some characters, and then break it. Create that conflict, create that mystery. So, all right, I hope this video helps y'all. Cheers. See ya.